Good start. Well, she got started eventually. Welcome. If you are a car person, this is really going to be the video for you. This is my 500 horsepower turbocharged Honda S2000, and I thought it'd be really cool to make a video whilst I'm in the UK. This is a 2005 Honda S2000 GT AP1 facelift. We didn't get the AP2s over here in England. And because it's 2005, you get cheaper road tax. For those who are in England, this is £415 road tax. Yes, it's a lot, but if it was a 2006, it'd be £735. And it's been heavily modified. An inlinePRO fully built engine raised up to 1,000 horsepower. This engine was actually sent to America because I was really impressed with what they were able to do. So they were running S2000s with 1,600 horsepower and 6-second quarter miles. And some of you are saying, yeah, whatever guy, there's no way from a 2-litre engine you can get 1,600 horsepower. Well, watch this. I'm going to put a spec list here if for those who are really into wanting to know every detail of the engine. It's got a 3576R Garrett turbo, all ceramic coated manifold. Working back, we're running an AEM VTEC ECU. Got a couple of gauges. There's a switch in there that controls the boost. It runs from 17 psi to 21. This will run 515 horsepower. It's got KW3 coilovers. It's got Cusco struts all around. It has a light and flight wheel and a horrible stage 3 compact clutch. For anyone who has had the unfortunate experience of driving this in first gear, it really is not the best. In terms of brakes, we've only really got the Dixel pads. The brakes on this are quite good out the box, and because I'm going for a standard look, I had an S2000 before this, which some of the parts are up on the wall. It had a vented bonnet, it had everything. It just attracted too much attention. So what I wanted to do with this one is make it look really standard from the outside and basically be a bit of a wolf in sheep's clothes. So I don't always get pulled over by the police. Real petrol heads will know what is going on, and you'll hear what is going on. A special guest appearing a bit later in the video with another very special vehicle. Alright, we need to go and fill up the car and then go and drive it. Alright, let's have some fun. We made it. Oh my, I don't know what side the petrol can is. It doesn't have a switch. I think it's your side. I can't remember where the fuel cap is. It was like
push and screw.
No, I think you opened it from the inside. I'll go and let's go and I literally cannot remember.
Will it be the same as the 2004?
Yeah, they're all the same. All years of S2000. I genuinely can't remember. Oh, it's here.
Yeah,
it's here
on the door. Yeah.
Of course. And you might have noticed the ratings are different. So 97 will be the equivalent to 91 really. 46 litre tank if you're asking. Oh yeah, and that's £1.50 a litre, which yeah, I'll try and work out per gallon. If you look down here on the oil temperature, so now I'm reaching 170. I'd like it a little bit warmer, but that's when I can start boosting it. It has an oil cooler in from 170 to, I would never go over kind of 230, 240, 250. What I do, I boost it, and then if it's getting too hot, I'll just let it run for a bit to cool it down. That's a really important gauge. This other gauge just doesn't work. Just no idea. I think that's meant to be a boost. Yeah, it is, but the numbers, as you can see, are not right at all. So one day we'll fix that. Up, and we're going to run full boost, and we're going to try and do a run. My traction system is way too hard. That's what's going on. It's not firing at all. Fucking hell, she's not happy at all. I'm gonna turn the boost down. It's never popped like that before. That's better. We are gonna go and drop by HBC Classic and see Miles, who has something very special for us. This is what we're taking out. Gonna hear a cold start. That'd be nice. Just look at that car. Look at that front bonnet. Wow. The vents. Okay, we've picked up our special guest, so we're going to go up to the Downs where there's just no people around because the roads are way too busy. So Mel's asking, how do you get in? And there's a little button there.
Yeah, it just sticks.
What was that like? Is it? How?
They're saying the S is like a bit more of like a shell. Everything rattles. And
Yeah.
you're in it. This just feels like a newer car, even though it's the same year.
They are the same year, aren't they? This is to some of my Canadian mates and my North American subscribers. You honestly probably have never seen one of these before. You might have heard. Yeah, you might have heard the TVR from the Swordfish. Which one did they have in the Swordfish
It was
film?
the Tuscan Mark 1 with
Yeah.
the pepper pot grill, yeah. It was also in the Looney Tunes movie as well. Also, TVRs have been in Gran Turismo as well.
Okay.
So people would have grown up driving them on there and not getting a really good idea of what they're like because they're totally different to every other car in the world. It's all their own doing. There's nothing bent or borrowed from any other car. This is TVR through and through, and it's kind of their last hurrah. So you've got TVR's own engine, an all-alloy inline 4-litre straight six, twin overhead cam, independent throttle bodies, dry sump like a race car. So it's pretty punchy. 406 horses, revs to 7,000 RPM. So
nice.
they do go. Space frame chassis, weighs 1078 kilos all told. Had Dan Boardman, who was Noble's chassis engineer, go through the chassis because TVRs are known for being pretty twitchy. They are feisty cars, especially the Mark 1 Tuscan.
And they're
very
proper
flighty machine.
In a way, a bit like the S, they're proper driver's cars on there. There's no electronics to
No
sort you
traction
out.
control,
Is this
no
Is
ABS.
this non-drive-by-wire?
Oh yeah, it's all
Yeah.
It's all real.
It's all real.
It's all real. Yeah. So you don't even have assisted brakes.
6-speed?
A 5-speed box.
Spicy box, yeah.
Yeah, which limits the top speed to 185.
That's a lot.
It's still
That's
quite a lot,
limited
yeah.
about 170.
It's still plenty quick enough. Limited slip diff is standard, obviously. An AP rating brakes. I've got an inbuilt roll cage, and we'll show you it's got a full alloy pedal box that's adjustable in there as well, just like a race car. Besides a 4-point harness, you're not really missing a lot that you wouldn't have on a track day toy.
You were saying the other night there was only so many made of the Sagarises, so
They made less than 288 GTO, so there were 211 produced in total. And of that 211, 160-ish are on the roads in the UK. There are...
So there's literally only 160 of these in this colour, or...
No, in total.
Of Sagarises?
In total.
Wow.
There's 110 currently UK road registered and taxed. And
Wow.
tested.
And you have how many in the workshop?
5 currently.
You've got 5 in the workshop?
Yeah, we do. We like them. I think we're known for
4% of the total supply.
caring and looking after them. Yeah, so we do see an awful lot of them, for which we're very thankful.
It is beautiful. I love. I was just saying before we set off, I just love the front of these. Actually, all of it.
They're
it's just
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't aged a day, have they?
You call it hedgehog.
It's a bit like that, yeah. So there's lots of conjecture as to why TVR filled these in and they're not mesh. However, you've got a solid wheel arch underneath. So it's not to do with stuff coming through the wheel arches and hitting the screen and smashing screens.
Yeah.
I honestly think it's due to the fact that it'll be a real pain in the arse to paint.
It's for sale.
Yeah, this one's at 73.5k, which isn't bad value.
It's a lot of car. It's rare as well.
Well, yeah, you've got 5 years until the Americans can have them.
You were saying the other night you sent one off to America recently.
Well, we've got one waiting to be collected. It's going to Canada.
It's going to Canada.
And the guy's got a house in America as well. So that will be finding its way, and it'll be the first properly registered one over there.
So he's going to sit it in Canada for a few years, do you reckon,
Well,
and then go to America?
because he can register it in Canada, he can drive it over to his other residence.
Okay, yeah.
So he can legally drive it in the US.
Oh. So maybe you'll see more of these in Canada.
Thanks to us, yeah. They're leaving. And we're still selling cars to the UK, but it seems the guys out of the country are valuing these higher.
Yeah.
So I've just done a video call last week on this particular car with a gentleman who's already got one in Switzerland. It just seems that other people are now getting a taste of what they weren't allowed to have and are happy to pay a decent price for them. They've always been undervalued. So
what were they new? Do you know?
45.
They're 45 grand new.
45,
so
50k
doubled.
Car. Yeah, I mean, if you allow for tyres, fuel, inflation,
oh, yeah, there's no money in cars, but
you'd cut even.
They're holding.
Yeah.
They're holding their value.
And there aren't many cars
to
that
keep
do
them
that.
maintained.
But when you look at, to me, you've got Skylines, which, cool car, but there weren't really limited numbers. You know,
they're not as rare as it. No way. They were in their thousands.
Yeah, exactly. So, and they were 30 grand, 37 grand. Yeah. The Americans could have them, and they jumped to 100 grand almost overnight. So it stands to reason that something this rare and that actually really is special and drives like brilliantly.
Yeah.
They've got to be 250 grand cars in a few years' time. They just deserve to be. It's the involvement you get from it is very, very difficult to get out of anything unless you step back into the 60s and 70s from any other brand. So you have to experience it to know. Once you have, there's no going back. They get under your skin. So they are pretty special.
It is beautiful.
Coming to the rear end of the car, the special stuff doesn't stop really. The Perspex rear screen, or the gurney flap, however you want to pronounce it, it's a genius bit of design. It actually reduces drag over the car, and because it's Perspex, you can see through it. It doesn't inhibit your view at all out of the rear view, which is great. Obviously you've got the slash cut side X exhausts, but they're a useful car too. I mean, you've got absolutely tons of space in the back. Look at the size of that boot.
It is actually massive.
For a two-seater, you've got a huge boot. There's a decent-sized glove box. Even the door handles, smoothed into the doors. You can fit a water bottle in there for when you're touring. Again, the quality of the build. Nobody else does stuff this well. There's your pedal box. Adjustable steering column, so you can get yourself sat exactly where you want to be. 2 hidden buttons behind the steering wheel, so completely unencumbered dash, but you've got little buttons that are hidden away, so you can look through and see your water, your oil temperature, oil pressure, and it's all live, so you'll see the oil pressure build as you increase revs. It's perfect.
It's a nice mix of like digital and analog gauge.
It gives you everything you need to know.
Yeah. Whereas
just in
mine's
one
just
simple
full
place.
digital, everything.
Should we go for a spin?
Let's go for a spin.
Don't need all the space to back to the roll cage. Gives you a little idea of what she's capable of.
Struggles to put the power down on that, but the roads are a little wet today, so
Yeah, slightly greasy. That's a little bit moist through here, so you know, as long as you're gentle on the throttle and you treat the car with respect,
you'll be alright. Yeah.
they can still shift.
Oh, thank you, Miles. I just want to do a few cool drone clips as I got my FPV, and then I think we'll call it a wrap. Go to the pub.
Yeah,
Nice drone clips to end.
and then you've got to buy a Sagaris.
We'll see. I want a black one.
Ooh.
That orange one's nice. That blue one's mint as well.
Don't get hung up on the colour.
Miles is a very good salesman.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. This actually works quite well.
Yeah.
It's really fucking disorientating.
Yeah, because I'm pretty turning in the car. before you're turning in that.
Yeah, I go the other direction in the drone.
And you've got the feeling of the turning in the car.
Yeah. There they are. Alright, until the next video. So that's it. We've done all of 20 miles, burned about a third of a tank. Yeah, I keep it. I just love it. It's so obnoxious, it's so loud, it's so stupid. And, you know, I can just sit it in this garage for 11 months a year and it doesn't cost me a thing, really. So if you're in your 20s and thinking about doing something stupid, get one of these. If you're in your late 30s, 40s, probably get a Sagaris. All right, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. I'm probably going to be in Austria next, so that'll be a good one. Anyone who's interested in seeing what it's like going to Europe skiing who hasn't done it before. All right, see you on the next one. Bye.